Hello, welcome to RISC-V International 2020 Summit. We are so excited to share with you an incredible program today. Deep dives, opportunity overviews, and so much more. And importantly, we're excited to connect with you, to talk to you, to engage with you, hear your questions, understand your perspectives. So thank you for joining us, and we're looking forward to an couple of days. I'm Calista Redmond, CEO of RISC-V International, and I'm going to start us off with a quick talk today. But before I do, I want to share with you my gratitude for this amazing community that has come together over the last 5 years as an organization and 10 years as the RISC-V was conceived 10 years ago. Today, first, thank you to our sponsors. You know, events have gone through the roof over the last year, and without your generosity, without your support, getting the community together like this simply would not be possible. So let's take a moment, say thank you, and while you're here, please visit our sponsors, check out their exhibits, sign up for some time to meet with them, ask them questions, learn more about their investment in RISC-V. Let's talk about that opportunity. This is fundamentally why folks are joining the RISC-V community. There is tremendous opportunity in custom processors. Gartner points to 40% of ASICs being designed in-house by OEMs by 2025. This is an increase, and an increase that's been continuing over time. That is an important hallmark of where custom processing has become more and more popular as barriers have come down and workloads are proliferating and new challenges are being embarked on by microprocessors. This gives us incredible opportunity. Gartner points specifically to RISC-V for its open model. This is fueling an ecosystem of innovations, from the chip to the design tools to software and other resources, bringing custom microprocessors into the market far more rapidly than at any other point in our history. They also point to the technical implementation model. By taking a modular approach, RISC-V enables you to bring just those pieces and parts that are required for your innovation into your design. This is being adopted in industry, from embedded to enterprise. We're seeing a lot of traction in cloud service providers and other scale-out data centers. They're leveraging RISC-V in existing implementations as microcontrollers, and they're bringing RISC-V in for specialized AI and other types of workload. This is a benefit and an opportunity for the vendors as well as the implementers and end users. Let's think about the overall global opportunity. 30 billion connected and IoT devices are forecasted by next year. This is an incredible explosion, and as you can see here, across a multitude of different workloads and different challenges. This is an opportunity for each of us to engage, thinking about IoT, connected vehicles, wearables, smart implementations throughout our environments, both commercially as well as at home. RISC-V is poised to take advantage of an incredible number of cores. In fact, we're on track to have 62.4 billion RISC-V cores by 2025. The leading area here of interest has been industrial, followed closely by other implementations in consumer, computers, scale-out systems, transportation, and other areas. It's not just the microprocessors. It's not just the consumption and the proliferation of a number of processors within any one given device. It's also the IP for that. IP surrounding the designs of those implementations, and also around tools, software, and other resources that complement and bring about that full ecosystem. RISC-V is on track to grow extremely rapidly, and the market for RISC-V IP and software is expected to grow to over $1 billion by 2025. This is a CAGR of 54%. Our adoption is spanning multiple industries. This is not just something for embedded. We are seeing this in scale-out implementations in cloud and other data centers where providers like Alibaba are custom designing their own silicon specific for the workload challenges that they're encountering. We see this in mobile and wireless, where dozens of processors reside on any one device. We're seeing this in automotive, where security and safety are paramount and required. We see this a lot in industrial IoT. This is one of the early areas of adoption for RISC-V. And we're continuing to see this grow in existing workloads, such as memory controllers or GPU controllers or other aspects of existing products by many multinationals around the world. Today, RISC-V has grown. We have grown tremendously fast and are continuing on a rapid pace. In 2020 alone, we have grown by more than 60% and now have more than 750 members across 50 countries in just 5 years. We're continuing to see this proliferation across different parts of the community as well. And we also greatly acknowledge and appreciate the many individuals who are ascribing their passion, their interest in RISC-V as they embark on RISC-V at personal level. This is a dedicated community. I've said it before. Listen, we are not building a village in isolation. We are a community that requires the expertise, the insight, and the investment and strategic input of many different participants. So whether you're in the services side, the foundry side, a university or research organization focused on memory or network or storage, if you're an investor, if you're in the media, if you're an analyst, there is a place for you in this community. And we are very eager and excited to continue to deepen our engagement within each of these communities and bring them something together at the center of gravity of RISC-V in RISC-V International. Innovation has been continuing rapidly since our inception. In our early years, we've focused on the very base building blocks, ensuring that they were at a level of perfection that we can use for decades to come. We are not building RISC-V for the next quick product or the next quarter sales goal. We are building RISC-V as a fundamental technology and a base building block that will be around for many generations of computing across multiple types of implementation. You see that progress across our ecosystem over time. And in this slide, we illustrate where we are in hardware as well as software as we continue to move around the stack and ensure that we have strength across all dimensions. This has been a great year of progress. Despite all the global setbacks that we seem to be encountering by surprise or as they've kind of grown over time, we are making incredible progress across the community. Here's a snapshot of just what some of our members have achieved as first in our industry. In Europe, the European Processor Initiative continues to make great progress with the RISC-V accelerator architecture. This is ready for the first test chip next year. The Rios Lab, based in China as well as together with Berkeley, the first RISC-V open source small board computer. That's going to be available in early 2021 and is very affordably priced. In Paris, brought about RISC-V verification reference model with UVM encapsulation. Microchip, the first SoC FPGA development kit, and this has been wildly popular. Sci-Fang Technology, RISC-V AI visual processing platform. This is absolutely going after the new workloads that we're seeing across and deep within industries. Sci-Fi just recently unveiled the world's first RISC-V personal computer development board. This is ushering in additional frontiers for RISC-V. And Micromagic, an incredibly fast 64-bit RISC-V core. You can see some of the marks they've achieved there. You know, it really is from embedded to enterprise. Again, in Europe, the de-risk platform for aerospace has continued to meet many of their milestones in just their first year of initiation. In Japan, the School of Computing at the Tokyo Institute of Technology, RISC-V SoC design in just 5,000 lines of Verilog. Huami, a great member of our community who has been producing wearables, first AI chip for biometric wearables. CHIPS Alliance, one of our alliances that we team closely with in the RISC-V community, has the first dual-threaded commercial embedded RISC-V core, as well as continuing improvements for an ultra-small, ultra-low power RISC-V core. These are essential when you're designing for the constraints of your innovation, whether it's performance, power consumption, size, other constraints. You have that flexibility with RISC-V. Alibaba, continuing to be a great partner in RISC-V, has unveiled their latest processor for cloud and edge servers. We as an organization, we as RISC-V are driving fast and hard together with our community, and we couldn't be more proud. In 2020 alone, we have grown to 2,100 individuals with sleeves rolled up, hands-on code across 47 different work groups. This is a 54% increase in participation and nearly triple the number of groups that we have in motion. We have brought on 259 RISC-V solutions from our community. We showcase cores, SoCs, software tools, and developer boards. We have also seen a 70% growth across 28 different meetup groups around the world. This is engaging more than 4,000 engineers in dialogue with one another in a local level. And we're in the spotlight. We're in the spotlight, we're in the heat lamp. And folks, we've added more than 8,000 followers on social media, drafted and participated in more than 100 news articles, and one of our favorite goals, amplifying the news of our community. And we've done that more than 400 times with different community news. These are big numbers, guys. These are numbers that solidify that RISC-V is making real traction across the industry. We are continuing to get greater visibility, greater traction that is deepening within industries and globally. You know, RISC-V International, I announced last year about this time that we were going to be doing a little bit of a move. Well, we packed our bags and have moved to Switzerland, and that was a huge transition for us in 2020. And thank you to all of our members who made this possible. Your votes made it possible. Your legal committee reviews made it possible for us to sign as many members as we could to continue the great traction we've been making at a global level with reduced geopolitical risk. And in 2020, not only did we launch RISC-V International, we've also brought on these 4 programs. The RISC-V Technical Steering Committee has launched, and that ensures that we have governance that is using best practices across open communities. It allows and enables and supports technical leadership at all levels. We've also launched RISC-V Learn. This includes 3 key areas. These include university curricula shared across in an open fashion of tests, labs, lectures, and other aspects that are extremely useful in cultivating a strong curriculum for RISC-V. We've also launched RISC-V Online Learning, and you'll see coming up in first quarter of 2021, 4 or 5 new courses that are nearly done now for online learning. These can be done anytime, anywhere. We also launched the RISC-V Training Partner Program. These are professional training organizations around the world who can meet with your development team, your engineers, and get them up to speed on the latest and greatest for RISC-V. The third thing we launched this year was around ambassadors and alliances. I've already mentioned the thousands of folks who are coming to our meetup communities, and our ambassadors are there at the forefront. They're leading the charge. They're the ones with the deep technical expertise to engage with your teams or your event, and they are speaking on the latest and greatest. They're testing out hardware and giving their points of view. Our alliances are very important as well. We have 16 alliances around the world ranging from geographic centers of RISC-V excellence in China and Japan and India and Europe. We also have industry focus. We are tightly coupled with efforts in HPC, in security, in safety, and we are continuing to grow the alliances such that RISC-V International is not operating in isolation from the broader industry and the broader community. We are a stakeholder and we are there to help represent our best interests. We are currently working on areas around the Open Invention Network. And stay tuned for that. We are looking at getting RISC-V included in the Linux system definition. This will be exceptionally helpful as we all navigate the legal complexities of innovation. Finally, RISC-V Exchange. As I mentioned, we have 259 offerings in RISC-V Exchange. This is a great center of gravity for all things RISC-V. This is a time and a place where you are able to list your products, cores, SoCs, developer boards, software, tools, and other resources, and let us help route the traffic and interest all the way through to the member organization. We are continuing to grow this, and you'll see in the next version coming out, we will include developer forums, areas to exchange between engineers on any one given product that you can find out, hey, what can I do with this product? Does someone have some sample code that I can run? What are your experiences? How are we facing challenges, and what have others done before you? RISC-V International delivers incredible member support. All of our members are subscribed to this idea, and we are here simply to deliver value, to help enable your success. Open source is a building block, and we recognize and understand that your goals are the commercial success on top of and around that. So we're here to support that. And across these 6 programs, that's where we deliver. Technical deliverables, 47 different work groups, ensuring that we are composing the best building blocks that you can use today and going forward to develop your solution. Compliance and verification. These are the tests that we have been developing, architectural tests to ensure that your solution is compliant down to the base ISA. Visibility. This is one part us amplifying what's going on in RISC-V International, and one part what's going on in our member community. Where can we amplify the progress you're making, the wins you're achieving? How do we interact in events? How do we participate in other industry events in addition to hosting our own? Where do we have original content, blogs, videos, and other things that can help to support your growth? Learning and talent. I've already reviewed that one and the 3 pieces there, ranging from universities to training partners to online learning. Advocacy, again, very important as we forge alliances across the industry, cultivate advocacy with our ambassadors, and continue to drive progress across the spectrum. And then finally, exchange. We are so proud to have a center of gravity that brings together so many different solutions and opportunities. So I hope if you have not already, you will join RISC-V. I promise these are the things that you will realize and gain. You will be working shoulder to shoulder with the thought leaders in this industry. You can contribute and influence the technical direction and strategy. You will increase your visibility, and increased visibility brings about a multitude of increased relationships on the supply chain, innovation partners, customers, and other relationships that are essential for your growth. I also encourage you to join us so that you can become a leader, become a thought leader in your domain, in your region, and in RISC-V, and help us to showcase your innovations. Listen, at the end of the day, it's about getting involved. It's about engaging deeply, bringing your passion, bringing your expertise, bringing your engineers, and coming together as a united front as we overcome the challenges that we have been saddled with from proprietary architectures. This is your opportunity to build RISC-V into your company mission, your team mission, and your personal mission as you continue to cultivate your career and build the success of your organization. So take that as your challenge. How can you build this into your personal mission in 2021? Don't just take my word for it. As Wired recently said, the future of American industry depends on open source technology. However, RISC-V is gaining traction around the world. And this is something that we can all participate in. This is not the agenda of any one nation, any one company, any one particular technology. This is a shared and collaborative arena that we work in together. Venture B. The architecture was created a decade ago by university professors. That's a really good point. Let's think about that. RISC-V created from the ground up to be shared globally. This was not conceived in a company. This was not once upon a time proprietary or still proprietary. This has always been global. This has always been a mission to share with everyone else. And it's really hitting its stride. Like the early days of Linux, we also see early adopters in RISC-V, like Western Digital, Sci-Fi, and NVIDIA. And we're excited to have the momentum and traction with them as much as we are the more than 100 entrepreneurs who have started their business on RISC-V. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a multinational, we have a spot for you in this community. And Engadget, this is the solution to lowering the cost of developing a new chip and helping companies of all sizes build exactly the processor you need. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for rolling up your sleeves and engaging in the RISC-V community. I am so excited and proud to be part of this tremendous momentum across our community, and I'm so grateful that you are here with us. During the summit, please reach out to me directly, engage with your peers, learn from one another, and bring it back to your company. Don't let this be the final page of RISC-V in your story. Carry it into a new chapter together with us in 2021. Thank you.